Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here, and is Bang going bankrupt? How could this be possible? I mean, they worked their way up to be the third biggest energy drink company in the world, beating out Rockstar just a couple years ago. That's right, they kicked Rockstar off of that bronze podium so that they could get right up on it. So how in the world could they be going bankrupt? And does that mean this shirt is gonna be worth something? Hello again everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. On my channel, I go over everyday energy for everyday people, and that's not just energy drink reviews and caffeinated products, but I also keep you informed on what's going on in the energy drink world. And this one is pretty major, so I had to get you the video as quickly as I could, which isn't very quick, but it is for a Caffeine Man video. I'm a busy boy. But feel free to like this video if you like the video, and also feel free to hit that subscribe button if you think this might be the place for you. I can also be found all over social media at Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Caffeine Man 1. And in today's video, we're talking about Bang going bankrupt. What? This news has been all over the place. And I gotta say, I was definitely surprised when I heard it, as well as I'm sure a lot of you. But just a few weeks ago, at the end of September, there were a few people that DM'd me about the lawsuit with Bang, and it looked something like this, where it said Bang lost a lawsuit to Monster and had to pay them $293 million. $293 million. That is one heck of a big lawsuit. I'm pretty sure that's probably one of the biggest lawsuits like in the history of like lawsuits. Well, I can't really say that. I don't really follow many lawsuits, but probably the biggest one in the energy drink game, probably the biggest one in the software. And no matter what, I end up having to read the article, because once I started reading the article, I was surprised because I had already talked about this stuff, and not one but like two of my other videos, and I forget which ones they are, because I did mention the lawsuit between Bang and Reign and Monster, and how much they disliked each other. And back at the time, a couple years ago, like over 2 years ago, I did talk about it kind of often. And I think these two videos, I'm gonna recheck it before I put the pictures up there, but this was Bang versus Reign. One of them was just a Reign review where I talk about the problems with Bang, and I did a Bang versus Reign follow-up, a part 2, and I believe there was one other one where I talked about the lawsuits, which might have been my original Bang video. But these were issues back then where people were talking about super creatine not really being a thing, and also disputes between the trademark issues and stuff. So when I actually read this article of what they were being sued over, because it's a lot of money, it was because of false advertising and the health benefits in the drink. And not only that, but saying that super creatine did not actually contain any creatine at all in it, and that they misled customers. And like I said, that's been talked about for a long time. They said that several years ago they were doing third-party studies as to how much creatine was in here, and there wasn't much at all, and some companies said they couldn't find traces of it. But I thought these lawsuits had already been discussed. I thought they had already been dismissed or solved, or whatever they call them, closed, cases closed, but apparently they weren't. And I don't know if maybe it was because of Corona or something, the legal system got behind on all their cases, or if they refiled claims and refiled new claims, because Monster and Bang, they were going back and forth, filing lawsuits against each other, back and forth and back and forth. But apparently it is only up until now that a decision has been made, and that decision was made in Monster's favor for $293 million. Now, I mean, Monster's always been known as a sue-happy company. They have put so many small mom-and-pop companies out of business just because the companies use the word Monster in their company name somewhere. And it didn't even matter if these small companies tried to fight them, because you can't copyright or trademark just a single word, Monster. It's a very common word. But if they tried to fight Monster, Monster has such deep pockets that you'd go out of business just in all the lawyer fees, because they're just gonna keep refiling the cases against you. But now, when Jack Owick showed up, he has some bold statements against Monster, and we all thought that we were gonna be in for like the ride of our lives. We were like, oh boy, someone's standing up to Monster now, and this Jack guy, Jack Owick, a great guy. We're like, if anyone can take on Monster, it is gonna be Jack Owick of VPX Pharmaceuticals, creator of Bang Energy. We really had our money in the ring on him. It was gonna be the battle of the century. But apparently we had our money on the wrong team, because Monster won the battle for $293 million. That's so much. I can't believe it. That's more than what usually people win in the Powerball when it's at like the high limits and stuff. And as of recently, it's been going up to 300 and 400 because no one's been winning. But before, 293, that's a lot of millions of dollars. Now, to add insult to injury, Bang actually just recently lost a lawsuit with Pepsi for $115 million. That's right, another $115 million was going to have to be sent out to Pepsi because of this lawsuit. And what happened? I don't know, because back in April of 2020, just a couple years ago, everyone was excited that Bang was going to be having Pepsi as its distributor. I mean, Monster had Coke as its distributor, and by having Coke, they got a lot of great placement into stores. I mean, Bang used to just be like in your small supplement stores. Eventually they got into Vitamin Shop and GNC, but how do you get into all stores in the world? Well, you get a big distributor, and if you can't get Coke because they're already taken, why not sign up with Pepsi? This was gonna continue to revolutionize Bang as one of the biggest pre-workout energy drinks, revolutionizing the energy drink game in every single way, and now it was gonna be distributed by Pepsi. This was huge, amazing news, but not too long after that, Bang wasn't happy with the service they were getting. Jack Owick was very upset with the distribution, and the market shares actually started dropping down. And with all the issues that he felt he was having with Pepsi, he decided he was actually gonna sue Pepsi. But in turn, Pepsi filed a countersuit claiming a breach of contract. And yes, Bang did sign a contract with Pepsi, and they were breaching this contract. It was pretty clear cut, and they sued him for $115 million. I mean, we can see where this is going. I mean, okay, it's great that you say you're going to be taking on Monster. We're backing you to like take on Monster and that big, huge, evil corporation. All the lawsuits suing small companies and everything else that they do behind the scenes that not a lot of people know about. But then you go after Pepsi? I mean, now you're taking on Monster, which is distributed by Coke, and now you're taking on Pepsi, which just bought Rockstar. You got too many enemies, Bang. You can only fight one fight at a time, Jack. Otherwise, you're going to get surrounded by all your enemies. So that's $115 million to Pepsi, $293 to Monster, and that doesn't even include the other lawsuits for Monster. That's right, we're just talking about the two big ones right now, or somewhat big ones. Just a few months ago in June, Bang lost their trademark lawsuit against Monster, and that lawsuit with Monster cost them $175 million. Oh my goodness. I mean, Monster doesn't even need to sell energy drinks anymore because they're going to make $500 million off of Bang Energy. They're probably going to make more money off of Bang Energy than they do with the rest of their company. $500 million to Monster from Bang. Oh my goodness. That is insane. Wow. So now, with all of that money being owed out to Monster, to Pepsi, to another company called Orange Bang, didn't even talk about that lawsuit yet, but basically Bang has numerous lawsuits out on them, and Jack Owick, owner of VPX, creator of Bang Energy, who was celebrating his 10-year birthday of his company just this past weekend, on October 10th, 2022, he signed paperwork to put his company into bankruptcy protection. It was for Chapter 11 and was filed with the U.S. Bankruptcy Court, Southern District of Florida. Now, all that being said, does that mean Bang is going out of business? No. Don't jump to conclusions, people. Companies have legal things like this happen all the time. I think. They do this all the time, right? You don't know? I don't know either. I don't know, so don't quote me on that, but it sounds like sometimes these things happen all the time. But it seems like bankruptcy protection is just a legal step to hopefully postpone things while the company recovers. Jack said that he vowed to keep the business going and said that the company will emerge even stronger after all of this. He said that Bang lenders are going to be putting up $100 million and that they were going to be having a new distribution network in place once Pepsi stops distributing Bang this month. Getting your own distribution though, that sounds like quite a difficult task. But if you don't have to deal with Coke or Pepsi and you can do it right on your own, it might just be what Bang needs to get back on track and get back on the positive side of all these negative numbers. Therefore, if he can get bankruptcy protection and stay out of further trouble, Jack, put these lawsuits behind him, Bang is a very successful company VPX is a very successful company. Bang Energy Drink is a very successful energy drink. Brought them all the way up to the number 3 spot for sales in the world. I really hope that they can make it out of this alive, because Bang did absolutely revolutionize the energy drink world. Because of them, we have so many great energy drinks, because they inspired so many other supplement companies to do what they were doing and be not only a supplement company, but make an energy drink with lots of different flavors, lots of great ingredients, not super creatine of course, but other great supplement ingredients for working out. And a lot of great products have been created not just by Bang, but because of Bang. It's just a shame that Bang had to take on Monster, Coke, Pepsi, and other companies when it comes to all these legal issues they got involved with. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know in the comments down below how you think this is going to turn out. Do you think Bang will come out fighting and end up being even stronger at the end of it? Or do you think Monster has done it again and swallowed up another company, adding it to its list of companies that it's eaten, this one being the biggest one? And if Bang does end up going bankrupt, how much are you guys willing to pay for this shirt? Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, have yourselves a great day. Or night. I mean, I should probably sell this shirt anyway. I am sponsored by C4, and I believe I'm not allowed to promote other energy drink companies, which is wearing the shirt's not really promoting them. But that could probably be debated in a court of law. So I should probably just sell the shirt anyway, just to be safe. But it's kind of like stocks, you know. I don't want to sell it now while the numbers are low. You want to sell it when it's high. You want to sell it when all the hype is going on. Like, bang, out of business. Well, then these things are going to become a hot commodity. These are one at a time limited editions. Plus the fact that it's worn by Caffeine Man. It's Caffeine Man's Bang shirt. That should put that value right up there, right? I don't know. Go buy yourself some C4 at Campus Protein or the C4 Amazon page using my link down below in a pinned comment.